The best 32-inch gaming monitors provide an immersive experience and can pull double duty as a substitute for a TV in small spaces, such as a dorm room, studio apartment, or small gaming den. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Samsung Odyssey G7 LC32 G75 TXNXR. The Samsung Odyssey G7, 32-inch, is a high-end gaming monitor with 1440p resolution, a 240Hz refresh rate, and support for AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. It also has an aggressively curved screen some might find immersive in games. This monitor has a VA panel, which you can read more about in our info section. Refresh rate is the monitor's key specification. Most monitors at 32 inches have a refresh rate of 60 Hz to 165 Hz. The Odyssey G7 significantly improves on this with its 240 Hz refresh rate. Samsung manages to deliver this increased refresh rate without compromising on motion clarity. On the contrary, the Odyssey G7 delivers the best overall motion clarity of any 32-inch monitor we tested. This adds up to a smooth, responsive gaming experience, but to hit these high frame speeds at this resolution, you need a top-of-the-line graphics card. Image quality is great, as well. The monitor has a wide color gamut, good color accuracy, and a slightly above-average contrast ratio. It looks vibrant in most titles and provides added detail to dark scenes. The monitor is VESR Display HDR 600 certified, so it can add punch to bright scenes in HDR-compatible games. However, its overall HDR performance is mediocre compared to a similarly priced television. Gamers craving a flashy monitor will like the Odyssey G7's design. The rear panel and stand mount seem inspired by a jet fighter, and the aggressive curve stands out from other, less dramatic displays. However, those who don't like a curved gaming monitor may find the G7 too extreme. The monitor has good connectivity including 2 USB ports, and it includes a stand that adjusts for height, tilt, and swivel. Samsung offers this monitor in 27-inch and 32-inch varieties. They look almost identical apart from size, so make sure that you are ordering the 32-inch model before hitting purchase. Number 2. Asus ROG Swift PG32U QX. Asus ROG Swift PG32U QX is not your average gaming monitor. Your games will look better than ever before. The PG32U QX achieves this with a mini-LED backlight system that has 1152 individual dimming zones. These zones can turn off entirely in dark scenes but ramp up to eye-searing brightness when required. The result is a high contrast ratio, extremely high brightness, and great luminance uniformity that banishes the hazy spots found at the corners of many large gaming monitors. This is a 4K monitor, so it's sharper than most. HDR content is where the PG32U QX literally shines. This monitor can deliver a maximum brightness that rivals today's best HDR televisions. You'll feel the urge to turn away from an in-game sunrise or a flashlight shone in your character's face. This is a good gaming monitor for motion clarity. It has a 144 Hz refresh rate and NVIDIA G-Sync support for smooth gameplay. However, the mini-LED backlight can cause halos to appear around bright objects in dark scenes. This is often more distracting in motion than with static scenes. The PG32U QX is heavy, thick, and built to exacting standards. It has a large stand that adjusts for tilt, swivel, and pivot. Its size and weight means it can truly dominate small desks. The monitor has a small display on its chin that can display a game's framerate or the current temperature of your GPU, among other things. Number 3. Asus ROG Swift PG329Q. The Asus ROG Swift PG329Q attempts to offer a good HDR experience at a reasonable price. It has a 1440p resolution, IPS panel, a maximum refresh rate of 175 Hz, and supports NVIDIA G-Sync for smooth gameplay on NVIDIA video cards. Color performance is fantastic. The PG329Q has a very wide color gamut, excellent color accuracy, and a well-calibrated color temperature. Most monitors we tested handled bright, vibrant games well, but the PG329Q stood ahead of the pack. Unfortunately, the monitor has a major flaw: the lowest contrast ratio of any monitor we tested. The lackluster contrast can be blamed on the monitor's failure to lower luminance when required. Dark scenes look gray, hazy, and lack depth. That's a problem if you play dark games or watch movies. Number 4. BenQ PD3220U. The BenQ PD3220U is a professional monitor that is also a great pick for gamers who crave outstanding image quality over motion clarity. It has a 4K resolution and a 60Hz refresh rate. It does not support AMD FreeSync or NVIDIA G-Sync, but has an IPS panel. This sharp 4K image quality is a cut above most gaming monitors of any size. The color accuracy is good and spans a very wide color gamut. The monitor also has a spot-on color temperature. Its contrast ratio is not the best, though this is mitigated by good luminance uniformity that reduces noticeable bright spots along the edges of the display. Brightness was not as high as other monitors we tested. It's bright enough to use in most situations, but it handles HDR content poorly. As mentioned, this is a 60Hz monitor and does not support adaptive sync, so there are better choices on this list for fast-paced esports titles. The PD3220U's strong scores in image quality and high resolution provide an enjoyable experience that stands out in games with detailed and colorful art. It's best for single-player games that have lavish, beautiful worlds, such as open-world role-playing games. It's also excellent for strategy and simulation games. Build quality is excellent. This monitor is built for professionals, not gamers, so it looks sleek and modern. The included ergonomic stand feels sturdy and adjusts for height, pivot, and tilt. The monitor has a wide range of connectivity, including USB-A and USB-C, and comes with a puck control that lets you change inputs or adjust settings without leaning forward.